Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about the menu content in general. We're going to be talking about different types of variables to consider when we're looking at the menu content in this game. I'm going to be honest with you guys, okay? I think there's a huge misbalance with gameplay content. You guys know this. I religiously speak about this all the time, right? But if they had gameplay content that was good, that actually rewarded you for playing the game, SBCs is such a fun thing to have. Like, if there was ways to collect cards through playing the game, collect leagues through playing the game, blah, 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 right? Like, actually grinding the gameplay part to get these cards as well, it would be really awesome. So, I'm going to explain why. Because or I would say a good 85 to 90% in this game, in terms of the SBCs that they release, are awesome SBCs. And there's a lot of cards that are not necessarily meta, but they're usable. And that's like the best thing that you can have. There's a card from the, I think he's from the Australian League that's just not usable at all, right? Like, he would have to be, the only way for you to use that card would be based off of a challenge, right? But with these SBCs, right, they do release pretty decent cards. Are they expensive? Yes, and that's why I say gameplay content-wise, like through gameplay. Because if you're a menu guy, right, and you're really good with the transfer market, you could do these SBCs. They'll be expensive. But you could still do them. But gameplay content-wise, division rivals and foot champs rewards just isn't worth it, right? To do these cards, because the way that FIFA is set up right now is completely competitive oriented. So there's no reason for you to even want to get the cards that are not meta enough, right? With this game, I'll give you guys my honest opinion, right? Let's take a look at these cards and whether or not they're good cards. Sergio Aguero, absolutely fantastic card. I don't like his rare golds card, but the thing about Aguero's card is that every time it gets upgraded, it becomes better. Obviously, if it gets upgraded, it gets better. It becomes more and more meta, right? Which is kind of like what FIFA is at right now. But it's this fantastic card when they increase his pace, but he always has that lower sprint speed. But it's a great card. It's a fun card to get. It's a great card design. The card designs people always hate every single year, but every single year I feel like they kind of throw people's opinion out the window, because for me personally, I think that when they introduce the card designs, people never like them. But then as the game progresses, people do like them, right? So for me personally, this card design, absolutely beautiful. I think that like it looks cool with the reward, the white shirts, the Argentina flag and Man City logo with the blue outline. It looks fantastic. It looks like the type of card you want to have in your team, right? It looks awesome. Julian Brandt, another one. A center mid card as well. Doesn't have defending or physical stats, or he does have a little bit of physical stats. Doesn't have any defending stats, but would I use this card? Absolutely, because if you look at the card, it's 4-star, 4-star, medium, 6'1". That's very, very usable to use as a center mid. Yeah, sure, he doesn't have defensive stats, nor does he have high enough physical stats to make up for the defensive stats, but he's got the pace, he's got dribbling, shooting, passing. Fun card, right? Definitely do this card too. Premier League selections. These are cards that are probably not going to get upgraded unless they get Team of the Seasons. I can't see any of them getting Team of the Seasons. Maybe Decor. Maybe. Very, very big maybe. But these are awesome cards to want to achieve and get, because Vardy doesn't get many informs. Decor doesn't get many informs, and neither does Lanzini, right? So these would be really cool cards to get. And I'm talking about it from an SBC point of view, because I know that most videos that I make are in the negative sense. The only reason why this content sucks nowadays is because this content in relation to gameplay content and the way that the gameplay menu is for foot champs, division rivals, and foot drafts is really, really bad. But if they had good gameplay content, division rivals, online tournament mode, foot drafts, challenges, these SBCs become better, right? And if you increase the rewards and the types of packs you get, even if they're untradeable cards, give me untradeable cards by playing the game so that I can use them towards trading for these cards, right? Because in foot drafts, right, if you pay 15K for a foot draft and you get any types of players in those foot drafts, you may want to keep those players. There needs to be more of an incentive to want to keep players to get towards using these SBCs, because right now there's no incentive, right, to want to keep players. You might as well sell them and then buy them when you want to get the SBC. That's the state of it right now. But to get untradeable cards or whatever it is through rewards through playing the game to get these cards would be fun, right? This guy, I never heard of this guy in my life, Anthony Limbaum, right? Anthony Limbaum has really fun stats, right? Great. Doesn't have the finishing and composure like that high up, but look at his stats, right? His dribbling will be awesome. Great pace. Shooting, people say this anyways, but if you give him a sniper, it's still not going to feel that great because of the finishing in this game. But like, it's still a really, really fun card to use. This is a card I'd want to get, right? It's a card from League One that has Belgian links. There's so much you can do with that. The design of the card is fantastic. Like, look at that. That just looks really cool to have in your team. This card is also 5-star weak foot while being right-footed with 4-star skill moves. Fantastic, right? Another great card. Flashback Michael Bradley. I'm from Toronto myself. This is a card I would do in a heartbeat. I would do this card so fast. This is a card that, for me personally, I would get very, very excited over if I like played the game continuously because they had good gameplay content. This is a card I would, if they released and I didn't have the requirements for it, I would play the game until the point that I can afford a Michael Bradley to put him in my team for me to use him and have fun with him. Medium high work rates. Use him as a CDM. Great stats in general, right? Like, the only thing that's wrong with him is his jumping, but at least he's 6'2". You know what I mean? He has the strength, has the aggression, right? Doesn't have the finishing, but it's a usable card. It's very, very usable, right? It's a fantastic card. I would definitely, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I had these cards, if they released these cards in FIFA 15, right, where the only thing that you could play, this sucked back in the day, right? So they still didn't get, they never got gameplay content right yet. Hopefully next year they do, because I know they won't do anything this year. Hopefully next year they do. But in FIFA 15, when people only played online seasons, you would basically face the top 3 divisions: Division 1, Division 2, Division 3. But because that was the only game mode to play, everyone played it. So the matchmaking was more open. It wasn't like, oh, I'm only going to face sweats. I like facing sweats when I have the option to face sweats, right? In a football-oriented game especially, I don't want to always face sweaty people. That's why the online tournament mode of the World Cup is a perfect format. 3 qualifying games. Then you go through the rounds, you play the rounds, you get rewarded for qualifying for the rounds, and you get rewarded for winning the whole thing. That's fun. That's fun because for content in gameplay, right, people would want to do tournament runs with these cards, blah, 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 right? This is another fantastic card. Bonaventura, I would do Bonaventura's card too. Very usable, right? He has better defending and physical stats, and he's a center midfielder that also has 4-star skill moves, high, medium work rates. It's a unique card. It's not a meta card. It's not a meta card. It's a small meta. That's what I would call it. I would call it a small meta card. But it's a very usable card. I would have a lot of fun using this card, right? AC Milan, Italian links, Alejandro Gomez, another very good card, right? I would consider him meta. The only thing is that he's a small player, right? But these are all cards that I would get myself. Look, an American right back, right? Try to work with an MLS team. Michael Bradley is also from America, right? So with that American link, you now have an option where you can use Michael Bradley and Yedlin in the same team, and then maybe in the future you get even other MLS players that are good, because I think they have. Like the Halloween Schweinsteiger card, and they upgrade those cards like differently, right? So I'm not sure if they upgraded his pace, because his pace would be the biggest thing to upgrade, but a Schweinsteiger would be in the team. And with Schweinsteiger, you got German links. German links you can also use as well. So there's so much you could do with it. And this is a usable card. He has 95 jumping, right? He is 5'8", but he has 95 jumping. Decent strength for his pace because he's freaking rapid, right? Another card I would definitely do. So far, I would do all of these cards. None of these cards are garbage, right? They're very good cards. Flashback De Rossi. Look at the cards. This is why this game survives nowadays. It's this stuff right here, because this is so cool. But there's no reason to want to get these cards, because you go, if you're in the higher divisions, Division 1 and stuff, there's no reason to want to get these cards, right? This card, yes, because this card I'm gonna say is meta. I'm gonna see right now. Stamina, finishing is low, but whatever. 72 acceleration, agility, balance is decent. Yeah, that's a meta card, right? So, you know what I mean? Thiago Alcantara wouldn't be caught dead using him meta-wise because his shooting is 80 and his pace is 76. But would I use him in general? Yeah, sure. Why not, right? He has great passing stats, great dribbling stats. It's Thiago Alcantara. I'd like to have fun with the card. 5-star skill moves, right? Let's see what else we got here. Antonio Rudiger. Antonio Rudiger, fantastic card as well. This is definitely a meta card, right? Good pace, good defending, good physical. Although his stats are a little bit weird, actually. He's 6'3" with 76 jumping, though. Yeah, this is a card you have to try out in game, I think. This is definitely a try out in game card, but I would do the card. I would definitely do the card. All the icon cards, you already know that it would just be grinding towards getting those cards. Special versions of informs. So informs, right? I think there needs to be more ways of playing the game to earn foot swap items. Not like, because the way that they do it right now is basically, oh, we're going to do a squad battle game that you have to play for you to get to one card. oh, we're going to do it so that you have to score 5 goals with Italian players. The 5 goals with Italian players, I like that part. That's like the gameplay part that I really like, because it'd be like, oh, this challenge requires me to score 10 goals with Italian players to do this. And then I would look through my teams, who has the most Italian players, choose that team, and then try to get that challenge through playing the actual game. Something to look forward to. I would still play the game normally. I wouldn't force the situation, but if I score with an Italian player, I would have that thing in the back of my mind, like, ooh, I'm looking forward to like unlocking that inform, or if it was a French guy, right, an inform Lala, because I'm playing the game for that inform Lala. They don't have to release every inform in the thing, but a small meta player would be really nice to be able to unlock, right? Suso, inform, not a meta card, but it would be a fun card to unlock, right? I would definitely do that card too. Hulk's cam card, I would do in a heartbeat too, being an FC Porto fan. He used to play for our team, so I would love to do that card too. Leon Goretzka's, I think that's an OTW card. A fantastic card as well, right? Another card you get through SBC, but if it was through gameplay content, right? Obviously they need to have a balance of, you know, making SBCs where they want people to spend, because they obviously still want people to spend money on the game. That's a given, right? Obviously, but releasing these cards in SBCs is just an SBCs. If it was through challenges, would be really fun through playing the game a lot, right? Diego Costa, I hate his dribbling, but he looks like a fun card to use in every other aspect. Phil Foden, same thing. Just there's no cards here that I hate so far, right? I think when I was reviewing these cards one time, the only card that I did not like was an Australian League card. And if you guys see it yourself, you're going to be like, wow, this card is just completely unusable. Even the Saudi League, right? Look at the Saudi League. Gomes, he has his characteristics, but, you know, Musa and Juilano, though, definitely. Liga Santander here, we have 3 very usable cards. Very, very, very usable cards. Those are awesome. Eredivisie, we have Dumfries, Haps, who are phenomenal, and Dolberg, who is usable, right? But Dumfries and Haps, dude, especially since I love Van Dijk so much, and you can get, who's the beast in our mid? De Jong's card. Get those links in there with some Dutch players. Make a unique team. You got 2 pink cards that you're trying to earn through playing the game. Put them in your team. Use that De Jong in the team, right? Really, really good. This is the Japanese league, I believe. So Joe is like a FIFA legend, right? Podolski and Ibarra would be really, really fun cards to get because they're just FIFA legends. A bunch of FIFA legends in that SPC. All of these are all worth it. Delani, Caligari, Gnabry, very, very good cards. Major League Soccer. So look at this one, right? Wayne Rooney, 71 pace. Sure, whatever. I would use him as a center mid, though, for fun, right? Or even as a CDM. Yeah, he doesn't have defense, but he's got decent enough pace, decent enough physical to use him in a fun MLS team. Piatti, usable in his own way, too. Yeah, he doesn't have the pace, but he's still usable in his own way. Alessandrini, obviously a very good card. But look at the players you have right now. So I have a concept where it's like, oh, I can use Yedlin. Wayne Rooney, Alessandrini, and Piatti all in one team, and then try to get links with them, right? That's what makes FIFA fun for me, is doing stuff like that. Liga NOS, this one hurts my soul so much because I wish they made good gameplay content this year. Brahimi, Herrera. Okay, just going to say that right now. And Salvio, I would definitely do Salvio's card too. I would work so hard to get all the Liga NOS players like this. Like the colors, the pictures are just phenomenal, right? Serie A selection, we have Zeko's whatever, Skriniar and Alan, heartbeat, right? I think it's this is the league that has the guy that's like so garbage, the Riera guy. That Riera guy is just whatever. But Honda and Petratos are cards that are usable in their own ways as well. With Petratos, I think they would have to release a few more cards to make him more of a card you'd want to use, unless there's like an Australian League challenge to unlock certain cards and whatever. But that Riera card is that Riera card no one would use unless it's like through a challenge. But yeah, I just wanted to give my opinion about the SBCs. I think the SBCs are awesome. I haven't looked at the price. We're not talking about the price right now, but the types of cards that are coming out nowadays, if they had a good balance with gameplay content, right, and they gave you good rewards through playing the actual game, right? Because let's just say, for instance, like in FIFA 15, I had something like 3,400 wins and like 400 losses and like 500 ties, some stupid shit like that, right? If I had a record like that in this year's game and the gameplay content was spread out really well, right, I would have 30 plus different teams, maybe even more actually. But that's what I want to get to, because I want to use different teams. Because I remember back in FIFA 15, I used to be bored when I had 8 teams. So I had to make other teams so that I would use the one team 4 or 5 games later, so that I would always have that different feeling, using different formations, different tactics, so on and so forth, to make the game fresh and fun for me, right? Nowadays with FIFA, it's just too competitive, right? Like, Foot Champs is the most casual game mode. I love Division Rivals. I like the inclusion of it, but there's no balance in this game for Division Rivals to be good yet. When and if they remove Foot Champs and introduce online tournament mode, or whatever spin-off they want in their game that's casual FIFA, that has open matchmaking, that, you know, goes through the tiers, whatever, right? That will make the game better. I don't fault the content creator guys for this. Are they expensive? Are they trying to work the market a certain way? Absolutely, it's definitely noticeable. But these cards are awesome. The card designs, because this is a separate team. The card designs are awesome. This is the main reason why this game survives nowadays. Because of this concept, this SBC concept, or any of this did not exist like it didn't back in the day, no one would be caught dead playing this game. Because this is the only reason why this game, I'm not gonna say that it's relevant or survives, because it's football. People are gonna play it no matter what, even if they don't consider it football, they're still gonna want to play a football game. But yeah, a lot of SBCs. When I look at the SBCs, I get sad, because I think video game wise, I think like, yo, I'm gonna grind towards getting these cards, right? And then I'm gonna make content for videos talking about like which cards I like, which cards I dislike. I want to have like these crazy colors, man. This red for the player of the month, the Carnival cards, Rudiger is German, put him in a team with maybe Schweinsteiger in it, you know, it's just some different stuff. Foot birthday is probably gonna be coming out. They're gonna do stuff for that too. Like, it makes me so angry and so sad to think about, because I wish I wanted to grind this game. I wish I did. I wish that they really didn't fuck up on how the gameplay menu is. Because, man, if they had cards like this rolling out like they did back in the day, whew, man, the teams that I would have. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Just want to have a discussion about the SBCs. I like the cards that they release. Just think that they need to have a good balance between gameplay content and fun gameplay game modes for me to do pretty much everything, right? And just have fun with the game, you know. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the video today. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the next one. Peace out, my dudes. Love you guys.